Hey all, Mark Vega, run long after 60. How you doing? I'm doing something right now, or I'm trying to do, but I don't do very often, and that is run fast. We'll see by the time I put this in post how fast or what that means. Alright, here's why. Ruperto Romero. He's a 62-year-old Southern California guy. He's my age, and I've seen him on the trails. Always got a smile on his face. Nice, decent chap. He's always running fast. Now, I met him volunteering at the Ray Miller race recently on the PCH, Dark 30, before sunrise, and we got to talking. This guy, local legend. Here's the data that matters. He's done 69 races on Ultra Sign Up. Just counting those. 69. 4, he had DNF'd. So that means he's got 65 races where he started and finished. 65 races. But here's the data. Out of the 65, he won 59 trophies. That means podium, first, second, third place. 59 times out of 65. Now that data blew my mind. I've talked to a lot of people and looked at a lot of ultra signups, and nobody is carrying that statistic at 62. Ruperto was fun, engaging, humble. Didn't run his first long distance till he was 40. Within 6 months he said, well, what's a 50K? Just a couple more miles, right? He ran a 50K. Within about 7 months after that, he ran his first 100-mile race, the Angeles Crest 100, and he finished in the top 10. He didn't know about fueling. He didn't know about anything about those races. And now, through this point in time, he's run the Angeles Crest 12 times. And yes, of course, with all those trophies, he's won it twice. And he's been on the podium a couple more times. This is Ruperto Romero. I'm so glad to find him because this podcast is made for athletes like Ruperto, like me and you. I mean, he's a lot faster than me, but just the idea that we get out there and do hard things, that's what matters, right? Being resilient. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, hit the subscribe button, watch some more episodes on YouTube, look out for the audio versions of the podcast, which hopefully will be up by the end of the year. Okay, I think that's it. I'm excited to be here. I can tell I started to slow down my running. What am I doing, man? Gotta focus, Mark, focus. Okay, I think it's time. I think it's time for Ruperto Romero. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, here we are, another edition of the Run Long After 60 podcast. I'm Mark Vega, and I have with me today the Ruperto Romero. I say that because I've seen this guy on the trails for years because he runs like in my trails, but he's practically a local legend. So I'm not going to say too much more than that. But Ruperto, thank you for saying yes and for joining us on the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you. I'm so happy that you invite me. I am ready.
We saw each other first just recently as we were volunteering to park cars on a big race along the Pacific Coast Highway. And there's nothing more powerful than to be parking cars in the pre-dawn hours along the most glorious road that we know of, the Pacific Coast Highway, right? The ocean is on one side and you can hear it, but it's so dark, it's 4 a.m. or 4, you can't really see it, but you can hear the power of the ocean on the side. And when we're trying to park cars, we have one job, just make sure they can park safely. So I've never got to meet a parking volunteer like you, Ruperto. So I feel really lucky that that happened. I start these off in many different ways, but because you have such a unique running story, ultimately, locally, and oh, we're both 62. Biggest difference between me and Roberto, aside from the sheer number of races he's run, is he is fast. He is 62, but he's fast. So with that, Roberto, why don't you tell us a little bit? How did you get started running in the first place? Were you 10 years old? Were you 30 years old? Like, what's the running story? How did you start?
Well, I'll start. I started in 2004 running the LA Marathon, but I was not fast. I did it in 4 hours, uh, and I finished with blisters and very tired. But it was a very good experience because it was here in LA, where I live, and also it was something very hard, but very good at the same time. The emotion when you crossed the finish line, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was very good. And me and my good friend did it together, and we both enjoyed so much. And that's how I started, 2004, running the LA Marathon. And then after the LA Marathon, we decided to run more and more marathons. Back then, we did, because we always run together, Roberto, Serrano, and me. We did a bunch of marathons, like Palos Verdes, San Diego. I did one in Vegas, road running. But then we heard about this 50K up north in Santa Cruz, California. And he asked me, hey, you want to do a 50K? So he said, oh, I don't know what's a 50K, but let's do it. It's about running in the mountains. Okay, let's do it. So we drove to Santa Cruz and we did a 50K,
So,
2005.
okay, yeah, 2005. So you said the LA Marathon was 2004, right? Just the year
Yes,
before.
yes.
So how did you guys decide before LA? Like, how did you decide that you're both your friends, right? You're like, oh, let's run a marathon. How did that even, how was that? How did you decide to even do that?
I have a cousin that he did the LA Marathon when it started in 1986, I think, when the
Oh, okay.
Olympics.
Okay.
So I knew a little bit about the LA Marathon, and I told my friend Roberto about the LA Marathon. He was a little bit chubby or overweight, and he needed to lose some weight. So I told him that it was a good idea to start running, just to start running. I was not uh, in bad shape. I've never been overweight,
Okay.
but I never run before. So that's how we started running the LA Marathon.
So you were at that time, you were like 40 years old?
39. I think if
39. Okay.
yeah, I was 39.
And then
39.
a year later, you're like, well, 50K is only, a couple more miles than a marathon, right? Is that what you said? Is that how you told yourself you go do the Santa Cruz 50K?
So I never been too technical about, but my friend did the search. I mean, he was like, okay, so marathon is 26.2, 50K is 31 miles. So it's a little bit longer. You want to do it? I said, let's do it. I'll go do it with you. If you want to do it, let's do it. And so we did it, and I got in love with the mountains. I was already like, that was the beginning. And I always said that was the beginning of my trail running. But I was like with no experience at all to run in the mountains or with the gear or nothing, just zero experience. But it was a good, very good decision that we my friend and me, we did 50K.
Did you have if you can remember, when you first ran on the trails, did you feel better about your body after the 50K compared to, running fast on asphalt on a road marathon? Do you think your body felt better about it running in the trails?
Whew, I can talk a lot about that 50K because those mountains are very green. It was about crossing like a small creek or river, but it was green. It was so beautiful that I didn't feel tired. When we finished the 50K, it was 2 loops of 15 miles or something like that. But it was like I was like dreaming because there was some campsites and the smell of burning wood. Some people started making breakfast in the campsites, so that smell of the burning wood give me it throw me back to my hometown. I was like, woo, I can be here day and night.
Oh man,
So it was like a dream. Yeah, it was
I can
something very
almost,
good.
I can almost smell the ham and eggs with the way you describe it. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah, it was a beautiful morning.
So then, about less than a year later, you decide to do the Avalon Benefit. That's a 50 miler. So within a short time, 6 months, you went from the
Okay,
50K to a 50 miler, right?
the 50K was in May, and then after that, because we got so happy that we found something, both my friend and me. He's a very good friend, and he's gonna be 60 next month, and he still runs. Yeah.
Excellent.
So we decided to do a 50 miler, like in 7 months period to the 50K. And we did Avalon in 2006.
Yeah. So January, this is great. Thank goodness for Ultra Sign Up, right? Because I can't really see everybody's road marathons, but I can see this. So here's why it's such a great story. And I'm really happy to meet you because I'm imagining the thinking. So in January, you do something you never did before. In 2006, you do a 50 miler. And then you decide that, well, you like the 50K, so maybe you'll do another 50K. You do the Angeles National Forest Trail race in August, but less than a month later, you're 42, and you only ran one 50 miler. You ran two 50Ks, one 50 miler, and then you decide to do Angeles Crest 100 miler, right? In 2006.
Yes, it was something in a way a little bit too crazy because we started training and those months like May, June, July, you see a lot of people running, training, and then we ask, hey, what do you do? We're doing AC 100. Oh, okay. Us too. Oh, okay. So who are you? People had no idea who it was. So I said, I'm doing AC too. Oh, how many 100s? None. This will be my first one. Oh, do you have an idea? No. Do you know that people hallucinate in the night and they get lost? And I said, okay. Well, I'm still going to try to finish. And then little by little, we knew some people and they told me, oh, you look kind of strong, kind of fast, but you're too old, too short. But maybe, if you can finish under 30 hours, it would be nice, the first 100. And I said, okay, so it's going to be very hard, 30 hours. And then the time went by, like 2-3 months. We did a little bit of training runs. And then we met another runners. And one said, you know that people dream about doing AC in under 24 hours? I said, Oh, I didn't even knew that it was this goals, you know. I was just there to see what it takes to do 100 miles.
Right.
Yeah, and that was the summer of 2006, preparing for AC 100, first 100 miles.
So if you knew more, do you think it would have been harder? Because you didn't know anything and all these people were telling you about all these things. You're like, okay, well, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then it didn't take you 30 hours. It didn't take you 28 hours. Didn't take 25 hours. Didn't take 24 hours. You finished this thing for the first time ever in 22 hours. What?
22 hours. Yeah, it was so good. And also I didn't know about nutrition. I didn't know about gear. I didn't know about pacing myself. I didn't know almost nothing. I did it like with very, very little knowledge about running or sports at all. But it was so good when I finished that race. I think my wife, my brother, and a coworker was there waiting for me, and I was a little bit off. I think if I'm not wrong, that year finished near the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, near the Rose Bowl, and like a park, or it was so nice to finish, but I was confused. I thought it was another aid station because I didn't know about aid stations. So I thought it was another aid station. And I said, okay, I need water. And then my wife and my brother said, no, 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 you're done. Ya se terminó la carrera. You're done. You're finished. And I said, what? So this is the end of the 100 miles? Yes. Okay. Okay. So I was like, are you sure? Is the end? I was confused because it was in the night, and then I was passing through aid stations. I thought it was another aid station because I didn't know nothing about that. But it was so good to hear that it was the end. I did it. And I still remember. It was very good feeling.
You were
And
you were seventh. You came in seventh overall, top 10 in the first 100-mile race you ever ran, and it was Angeles Crest.
yes.
Now, did your family did you know about crewing or pacing, or how were you just by yourself the whole time going to aid stations, or how did you do it?
Uh, like I said, in that summer we met with some runners. Mari Lemus, a very good friend and runner, and Jorge Pacheco, another very good runner.
Yes, yes.
And they told us, you need to have crew following you, and you need pacers. I think I took one pacer in the last 25, but he didn't know about trail running. But he was there with me, but he didn't know the course of, and he was confused as me. He was just following me. But we knew a little bit of crewing by Jorge and Mari Lemos and Jorge Pacheco. I had a lot of respect for that couple because they told us a little bit. So my wife and my brother was following us, but didn't know nothing about food or nothing, just following us. Practically, we took no food the whole day and the whole night. Yeah, but it was unbelievable. A very, very good experience.
Given that you had no support, you knew very little. You were just excited to run. You didn't know if your body could let you run 100 miles, all those things. And then you come in, in seventh place. I can only imagine, of course, you're going to feel fantastic that happened, because all that could happen now is you could just improve. because you could understand fueling, you could understand everything, you could understand so much more that you could understand, and all that meant was that in the future it's just going to get better and better. Did you feel that way after you were finished? Like, did you feel when you finished? You're like,
I was for hours. I was like a recording tape, kinda. I was just thinking how the day went, how the night, what to do next. I said, okay, I just finished 100 miles. What am I gonna do now? I mean, but my friend, he's very smart, Roberto Serrano. Oh, he knew what we needed to do. We needed to keep running and signing up for more events and do that same race every year. So we keep finding more like things to do. And he'll wake me up at 3 in the morning, Saturday, to go train. It was fun after that. And it was very good experience. I knew with the little bit of experience, I knew that was what I needed to do, because I was feeling myself like, oh, I found something that I like. I have found something that it fills me. It's very painful, it's very agonizing, but at the same time, it's so good. So that was it in 2006.
did your friend run the Angeles Crest too? The guy that you had trained
Yes,
and the other?
yes, yes, he did. He finished in 28 hours.
In 28 hours. Okay. So
Yeah.
you got to see him finish.
Yes. You know what? I don't remember, but I think my wife and my family got so tired and hungry. I think we left, but he did finish close to 30 hours. He finished, yeah, behind me. But he finished. It was very good. We both finished AC 100 with almost no experience.
And then did you two of you continue to run in future races together?
We did Leona Dubai, a 50 miler together, and then Mount Disappointment, I think. And we both signed up for 2007 for AC again.
Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm calling this up. So you did this over the hill track club. I can't tell if that's a 50K or what that
Oh,
was.
okay, 50K. That's in December,
Right. So
December
then
in 2006.
a couple months later, you do the Avalon Benefit again. And a couple of months later, you do the Angeles National Trail Force race again, 50 miles. And then a month
Yeah.
later, there's a AC 100 again, right? Then take a couple of months and you do Leona Divide, 50 miler. And then come back September 2008 and the Avalon Benefit again. So it looks like the Angeles Crest again. So it looks like once you did Angeles Crest once in 2006, it became one of your favorite races, right? Because you ran it every year.
Yes, it was one of my favorite, and it's local. And also, it looks like I learned so much in 2006 that I didn't want to do another race. I knew about other ones, but it was kind of hard for me to travel to other states. You know, funny thing, in 2007, they invited me to do Hard Rock. I didn't know where is Hard Rock, but now that I know, I said, why I let go that invitation. But now it's so hard to get in. But in 2007, they invited me. It was, I guess, easier back then. But no, I decided to do AC 100 again in 2007, and almost every year, except the year that I got canceled.
Every year, 2008, you were overall 8th, but then 2010, you're 3rd place. I mean, then you start. Then by 2010, you're 3rd place. 2011, 2nd place.
Second place.
2012, third place. 2012, third place. 2013, second place. And then 2014, first place.
Whew, first place. Yes. So in 2010, I I talked to myself and I said, okay, you already have experience. What do you want to do? You want to keep doing AC just to complete, to get top 10, to get a silver buckle, or do you want to win it? So I started pushing a little bit and forcing myself to go a little bit faster and forgetting about the pain, and also I really wanted to give my mother a win, only one, because she passed away in 2010. After she passed
Hmm.
away,
Hmm.
I said I had to win one event for my mom. She didn't saw me winning nothing when she was alive, but she was in Mexico, but she knew about me running long distance. She always asked me, "How's your knee? How's your legs? It doesn't hurt. Why you run so much?" Because I told her that from Jalpa, Zacatecas to Guadalajara, Jalisco is 100 miles. I said, "Mom, I ran from Jalpa to Guadalajara." Oh, Dios mío, that's too long. It's muy lejos. Oh, that's too long. No, 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 no. I said, yeah, through the mountains. I said, oh, how's your legs? You need, mijo. What? She would touch my legs and I said, oh, let me look at your legs. Oh, they're fine. I used to run in Mexico too a lot, so she can see me that I was okay
Right.
running 100 miles every year. Yeah,
You're,
in 2014,
well,
I
each
did
year
it.
you go 21, 21, 12. Then you get close in 2013, right? 19, 28, 53, and you're second place. I bet in that moment you could taste first place, right? That's 2013. And you're like, I'm going to win this race next year, right? Is that what you're was thinking?
Oh, I'll tell you a little bit of 2013. I was by mile 50. I was like in fifth place, and also I knew that I needed to push more. So back back then, I was already using pacers. My pacer Gerardo Chavez told me you need to go faster. From mile 50 to 75, we went faster. So by mile 75, I passed four runners and I placed myself in first place by mile 75. But then I stayed 14 minutes in Chantry Flats and that aid station. I don't know why the time went so fast and I was eating, I was not eating, I was just, and then the second place behind me, he catch up to me, Dominic Grossman. And then I said, I need to go. Oh my, I saw the time and said, why I'm still here? He catch up to me. I just passed him a long time ago. So I took off, me and my pacer. And that section from Chantry to the finish line, my pacer got tired and I couldn't catch up to Dominic. And I said, that cost me the win. I was already in first place. I had a refill, take off, and go with no pacer all the way to the finish line alone. I lost the year because not calculating the time and also not paying attention to the details. That's what I told a lot of people. Make sure that somebody's timing you in every station. Is very important. When I changed that, the time changed. I mean, I started finishing faster. But 2013, that was the reason why I got second place, practically.
What
It
a
was a good
lesson.
race.
Thank you for sharing that story, Roberto. Roberto, it's you cannot forget that, right? Obviously, It is impossible for you ever to forget that. So, but how much sweeter than August of 2014? Talk about the race of 2014.
Well, after that, 2013, I said I had to wait another year. Now the years, but that year went like long. But in between, I still did a few events here and there. But I was just thinking when August came, I'm gonna be ready. I am gonna be ready. And a lot of people don't believe in me, even though I got second place. All the noise was other people, like I was so focused and so ready. I started in 2014 with no shirt, 5 in the morning, no shirt. And then I remember one guy said, "Hey, are you crazy? You're not cold?" I said, "I'm not cold." "Okay, good luck." And I said, "I'm gonna win this year." Before when the race started, I told one runner, but imagine what it takes to wait 1 year to prepare and also to be ready. And it was a lot of people, they want to do the same thing, winning. It was a lot of people. At least 10 people had the skills, the qualification, the training. But I needed that win so bad. It was very good.
And you were 50, is that correct? You were 50 years old at that time?
Yes. That year I turned 50. So I won my first 100 miles at 50.
Come on, man. That is a fantastic win. He turns 50, run it a couple of times. He wins the AC 100. That no one can ever take that one away from you, my friend. That is amazing.
And
Amazing.
I think I did it with a good time too. 19 hours, I think 27 minutes, if I'm not wrong.
2801, 192801, it says.
Okay, that's correct.
Now,
Right.
okay.
I
And
still
then,
have my shoes. Sorry, I
yeah,
still
yeah.
have my shoes and my socks in the box, dirty and they're not trail shoes. Maybe my son can grab it so we can show it. Do you want people to see my shoes and my socks in the box with the bib number? Where can we know?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
That's
move a little bit so my son
okay.
can. They're dirty, but this is it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, turn that. You look at that. Turn it around. Turn the box around a little bit. Look at that, man. Oh my goodness. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when you win a 100-mile race, right? That's what it looks like.
with with real
Oh,
shoes.
Roberto, that's beautiful. I'm so glad you decided at that time to do that because it would have been very easy to just throw, you know what I mean? Keep moving on. That is fantastic. Congratulations
Yes,
on that win, man.
it was very good. And also, finally, I said to my mom, "This one is for you, mom. I promise you a win, and here it is."
He's like, "Oh, Mio, I know your knees were just fine. Look what you did." Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, once you win a race like that, an iconic race, and starting in 2014, trail races start to become more and more. There was in 2014 we start to see a lot more 100-mile races, right? At that point, there's a lot of hundreds, but not anywhere like that is now, right? So, and you've been chasing that race from the first time you ever heard about it and didn't even know nothing about it, right? So after these, you ran it a handful of times and you win. Ruperto, what makes you go back once you win? Like what made you keep going back to that race?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I said to some people that I would retire from that race, but inside me, I said, "How can you retire from this race that this race give you so much and build you?" I have pictures. They when I started training for my first 100 miles, they I mean I don't look like the same. I know a little bit of how a good runner looks and how a not in shape runner looks. I was not in shape. And also, I heard about 10 in a row. I heard about 10. If you win 10 ACs in a row, I mean, if you do 10 ACs in a row, you get the eagle. Oh my God. I said, oh, haha. So now it's something to get 10 in a row. So there it goes. I said, okay, so I'll try 10 in a row. And it keeps going. I mean, I was like, yes, I want to do 10 in a row. And that's only few people done it. I searched, and back then it was only like 3 or 2, or very little. I mean, not very small number from like only 3 or 4 people done it or less. So I said, oh, I want to get 10 in a row. So I keep going. And in 2015, I was now with the same fire, but, and also, training so hard for I mean, 2014, I gave everything. So my body has been suffering a little bit. I suffer a little bit of sciatic pain and lower back. So in 2015, I was going with some issues in my right hip, like not bad, but it prevent me for training the way I wanted. But uh, I did another one in 2015,
Well,
and I think
it looks like in April and then in July you did the 50K. You did Leona Divide 50K and the Angeles National Trail Race 50K, both of those, and you were first.
yes, maybe that's why I got injured by training, because in those 50Ks you had to, in order to win, you had to go fast, and now I look my times. I said, whoa, 4 hours something with very technical terrain, so without a lot of altitude. Yeah. That year I won both events, Leona Divide 50K and then Mount Disappointment. I used to call Mount Disappointment
Yes.
50K. Same thing it was a bunch of runners doing Leona Mount Disappointment AC. It
Okay.
started with Avalon,
Yep.
Leona, Mount
Avalon. Yeah,
Disappointment.
I
Yeah, it
see.
was like that. Almost everybody goes to, so we compete each other. We train sometimes together, and then we compete each other. But yeah, that year was a good year, and a short distance. Like, yeah, the 50Ks are hard because you had to push in order to win.
And you
Yeah,
did. So
and I did.
August 15th, August, then AC 100 in 2015, you're third overall. You placed third. Let me try to count how many times you've done AC 100 by that time. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 2015, that's your ninth AC 100. Okay.
Yes. Yes, I think when I won in 2014, it was my eighth place. I mean, eighth time doing
Yep.
AC.
So then
So
ninth,
yeah,
you're third in August 2015. Then you win the 10th, you do the 10th one in fifth place 2016, and that's your 10th finish. What happened then? Did you get a big buckle? What happened?
oh, I have it here behind me. It's the eagle. Almost nobody has the eagle. 10 in a row is a beauty. They don't
Oh,
give. I
look
don't.
at that. That is beautiful.
My son
No, the
can
other side,
grab
yeah.
it.
Oh my God.
You know what? Both of you. I have my daughter here too. They're my.
Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness.
It
That
says
is
AC
beautiful.
100. Look at this.
You don't see many of those.
Come to this. Look, I had to show my kids. They're
Of
helping
course.
me.
Hey,
That's
man.
Rudy.
Hi,
That's
guys.
Denise.
Hi, nice to see you both. Thank you for helping tonight. Wow. We don't get
Yeah,
to
that
cheer
I.
on Ruperto Romero very often, but look at that. That is
That
amazing.
it's
And so
very
by
heavy. It's solid.
2016, yeah,
Yeah.
by
It's
2016, you do 10 of them. Okay.
yes.
So it's only 2016 and you get the eagle. Finally, that, but in your mind, because you've done so many of them, um, are you done? Are you going to go back to AC 100 after you get 10? What do you think? When it happens, what are you thinking about?
I thought I was old a little bit, and also I was going through a lot of things, and I said, okay, maybe I need a break from AC. But then every year that I was not in the race, it was like a empty feeling the day of the race. I couldn't even go watch the race. And it still is. But in 2019, okay, they give the silver ticket. If you win Avalon or second place, you get the silver ticket. So I said, to feel better with myself, I'm gonna race Avalon in 2019. That's 2019, going to 2019. Because I let go 2 years pass. 2017,
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
No easy. But I was having trouble dealing with that. I said, I still have something. I need to go back. And also a very good friend and race director passed away, Hal Winton. He gave me so much knowledge and wisdom. Hal Winton was the co-race director. He passed away. So I said, but I had to win the entry. I had to go do Avalon and win it or at least second place. So I did Avalon again. And I got second place.
You sure did. That's
So
January 2019. So you get second place. And in that moment, then you know you have a ticket to run in August.
AC 100. Yeah.
Now,
So I so I
you
talked
can
to
be,
myself
yeah,
and I said, you deserve to do AC again.
many people could start to write that story, Ruperto, but only one guy can write that story and say, I haven't been there for a couple years. I already got my eagle. I'm going to return and I'm going to win that race. Did you tell yourself that? That's what is in your brain, right?
Woo!
Right? Right?
Okay, I tell a little story. I was
Okay.
in Mambaldi doing my training runs. And then I saw a bunch of people taking pictures on top of Mambaldi. And then they asked me, hey, Ruperto, hey, Ruperto, hi, so and so. So, what's your plans? Are you doing cardio? Are you doing AC? I'm doing AC. Oh, nice. Because they knew that for 2 years I was not there. So I said, oh, I'm doing AC. And what's your goal? You already know my goal. I'm going to win again. I told them, and I laughed, and I said, bye, guys. I need to train. And so that's the beginning of 2019, my win. I told Some of my friends, okay, no friend, people that I know, because
Yeah.
they asked me what was my goal, and I said, I'm gonna win. You don't want to win? You're doing AC. You don't want to win? Oh, yes, of course we want to win. Okay, so I want to win too, and I'm gonna win. And so I took off, running down the mountain, and the time came, August something, and there it goes. I said, oh, now I said I was gonna win. It's gonna be hard, but I have what it takes to win again. So I started working, feeling bad at the middle of the race. So I had this thing that from mile 45 to 65, I feel like, can I say it? Like shit, and I feel bad. That's the lowest point of my race. But then I start fixing my stomach issues. I start eating, and I start moving faster and faster and faster. And I said, whew, okay, I'm back. Let's go. Whew, catch up those guys. And that's how I did it in 2014. And that's exactly how I did it in 2019. Almost the same way I did in 2014. Like 4 years later, or I don't remember, but it was just like 5 years later. I did exactly the same thing. Luckily, the result was the same. Was sweet again. It was so good to win again, 2019. Was another dream. I mean, now I don't know how to explain better than that. I mean,
So 1928, that was your first place. 1939 is the 2019 first place. How many guys do you remember in 2019? How far back were you? Were you always in the top 10, or how many guys did you, after you fixed the GI issues, how many guys did you have to chase down, if you remember?
similar to 2014, like 4 guys. I was in fifth place or sixth place in 2019. I think I was falling behind, even farther behind in 2019. But I knew it was, I think it was like 35 minutes to catch up first place. 35 minutes is a lot, and 25 or 30 miles after running 70 miles. Yeah, but I knew I was prepared, and I knew if you believe in yourself, okay, I had to give this to people. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and talk to yourself. You did it once in 2014, you can do it now in 2019. You're older, but you have more experience, and you already done it once, and you can do it again. So that was my talk to me. And my pacers, he was telling me, you look good, you're moving fast, you're gonna win. I said, at least third place. No, I call him Chingon. No, Chingon. He was telling me, no, Chingon, you're ready to win. You're gonna win. He paced me from mile 50 to 75. And he was talking to me, and I said, you're gonna win. And he was, but look, I look like shit. I mean, I look bad. I'm doing bad. No, you look fine. You're good. You're moving. You're already passing people. Look, there is, I'm not gonna name, but there is one already. You're gonna start passing people, and you're gonna start moving even faster. You think so, Chingon? Yes, you. And then when he talked to my other pacer, Alex, he said, he's ready to win. Don't let him think the other way. Come on, guys. Mile 75. Go, 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 go. He's gonna win. We're gonna win. And then we took off. And shirtless this time,
Shirtless
almost
again. Right.
the whole race, no
All right.
shirt.
Good.
Yeah,
So you start by saying you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. And that's true because if you don't do that, nothing will ever work. But you're really pointing out the most important thing too, compared to the very first time you ran the race. And that is you do have a support. You do have people who cheer you on. You do have people who are pacers and crew, like who really believe in what you're doing and they believe in your belief in yourself, right? They believe.
that's correct.
So we'll stop. We'll a great way to end the chapter on AC 100 because that's 2019. You once again you're first. You crush it, and you've already got the eagle. There's not more awards to be won. However, 2019 is one thing, but then the universe goes crazy because of COVID and the couple of years that we go through after 2019 and 20 and 21 and 22. I can imagine, and then Gary Hilliard passes, and I can imagine that because you have made an impression on this race. Yes, the race made an impression on you, Ruperto, but clearly you have made an impression on this race. So what got you to start thinking about 2025 and coming back and doing it again? Tell me about that story. You coming back to AC 100 in 2025 after a perfect story. And yet, here you are. Now you're at 60, over 60. You're going to do it again. How did that come about?
Well, I was not in the race. Uh, I think it was a waiting list, but the plan was to crew and pace, but it didn't work out like that. So I said, I must race this race again. I was not super ready, but I needed to do it one more time because I wanted to do it now that I'm 60 because I won when I was 50, and inside my head, I think I can win at 60. So I said I only had 2 months to train because it was not in the plan this year. We're still in 2025. So I said, I'm gonna give it a shot. But it was very short frame time to train, to prepare, because I knew it was gonna be very hard because it's coming from high altitude to down to high altitude again. And also the altitude is not very friendly with me. So I called the race director. I called him. I said, I need a big favor. I said, oh no, Roberto, the race is full. There is a waiting list. Also, my son John is in charge of the race. I'm gonna talk to him. Whatever he said, that's gonna be. So I said, oh please, I really wanna do it again. I know you wanna do it again, but it's full and it's a waiting list. And then, I think 4 hours later, I received an email from John. I said, I said, and he says, oh my God, I finally met him the morning of the race. But he said in the email, Ruperto, you're being part of this race. I know this race means a lot to you. We want you back. You're welcome back. There is your, like, the entry, or not the pass or whatever, the spot. Sign up, and I'll see you in August. Woo! I got so happy. I said, I'm gonna do it again. I knew it was gonna be the hardest AC 100. Difficult because I was not in shape. And now because I was 61
Yeah.
back then.
When did you get that
But
email? When did you get the email? What month was it?
not sure, but I think was maybe in the middle of June, like a
Oh,
month and a half before the race,
oh
something like
my
that.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I still, I think I still have it, but it was so nice to receive the email that I was gonna have another opportunity of doing AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did it with the help of those two. Come again.
They did it. How old were they? How big were these? Hey man, how old were you when when the first races happened? Where were you?
Him
Like,
was
what was
very,
it?
very
Teenage?
small.
What's
Rudy
that?
is the youngest. He was very small in 2006. They're old, but they're my babies.
Of course.
Yeah,
I
but they
saw
help me a lot.
I saw your daughter posted some images like, go Pop, very proud. You guys should be very proud of him. He's a legend. Really, a local legend, truly, Ruperto. So you find out in June. That's crazy. You had a couple of really good wins. You had a win at Las Virgenes Canyon Ultra Trail races in 84K. That was in
Hmm.
April. You placed
Yes.
first. That's in April, and then you did another 33-mile trail run in Big Bear in June just to get ready for the race, I suppose.
Yes,
So
I was like a tune-up. I did bad in that race, but I did it. I mean, I did bad, but it helped me a lot.
helped you
But
right. Yeah.
it was
So
not enough time.
how did that talk to us about this? So this is the last time we get to talk about AC 100 because we've talked about all of them. This is the last one in 2025. Um, Compared to the very first time you ran it and all the other times, like what kind of preparation did you do this time? I know you didn't have a lot of time to train, but still, did you have pacers? Did you have crew? Like, what was all the different? How different was it now that this is the 12th time? How different was the preparation and the experience of the race? I know you finished third, not first, but still, it must have been very different the 12th time you run the race compared to, the first and second and third time.
Well, it was very emotional in a way, and also because some people told me, "Why you keep doing AC? Why? Why you don't go somewhere else? Why you don't do something else? Why you keep doing AC? Why?" And I cannot say that I love AC trails or AC 100 to a lot of people, but I can say it that that's why I keep going back because that's how I started. And wherever I learn, whatever I done outside AC 100 is because of that. And also now I have more experience how to prepare. Now my kids know how to crew. They know how to push me. They know how to time me. I mean the timing and the stations. They know how bad I will get, but they know that I can get better later. So it was different in a way, but almost the same feeling like finishing the race so painful and at Rywood, the downhill and the road killed me. I told my pacer Dimitri, thank you Dimitri. I told him this is we almost got second place, almost, but I couldn't go faster than that. I said Dimitri, the only way I would run faster if another runner tried to take away my third place, my podium. Other than that, I can't move faster than this. I had so much pain. And said, okay, Ruperto, you're good, you're good. Nobody's gonna catch up to you. And soon you're gonna get your third place. We're gonna get third place. I said, yeah, that's all I can do, Dimitri. And that's how we did it. It's a team effort. my family, my crew, member in the past, a lot of friends, a lot of people pace me and crew me. It's a team effort. And also, I always say how lucky I am to have friends, to have family, to have pacers. They want to pace me. Tony, Torres, Dimitri this year. They made the difference. They made the difference.
That's a
And
great.
you asked me if you can ask me if I go back to AC again.
You know, that's a great question. Why don't you answer it yourself? What do you think?
Well, I had to get second place somewhere in a 50 miler to get in, and I'll probably do it again.
I think it makes sense. It's as much a part of you as you are of it. And I think once I think that's very rare, Roberto. I think maybe there's runners who have relationships with particular races, and it becomes very personal. Once you pass the 10 or the thing, it becomes very personal because you know so much about it and you have so much experiences. Like, right? You've run over 1,200 miles between just you and that race, just you and the race, right? In your brain, that's a lot. That's a lot of miles. So good for you. But now that you have experience with AC 100, all I know is from the stories you tell and what I can see on Ultra Sign Up and maybe some other stories randomly that I get to read about you. But you have some unique races that people don't have a lot of experience in, and I'd love to hear about them. So that would include you deciding in 2022, right after COVID. It's goofy how 21 and 22 all kind of comes together, but it looks like while you weren't running AC 100, it looks like you do Kodiak, the 100 UTMB 100 miler in Big Bear in 2022. That's in August. But it also looks that 2 months before then, you ran another 100-mile race and you placed first. So in June of 2022, you run the San Diego 100. Now, I had not heard about the San Diego 100. I know it's been around, but I'd never heard of it. So how did you decide to do that race, 100-miler, and how did you decide to do Kodiak just 2 months after? Like, what was that thinking in 2022?
I guess I was thinking I was 25. I was not thinking that I was old and I can do 100-mile and win San Diego in June and then go to Kodiak and win again. But I got third place in Kodiak. It was a good year. It was a good year. And I got invited to San Diego years back.
Okay.
But I couldn't. But then I told the race director that I was gonna go in 2022, and same thing. Never done San Diego, but now you know me a little bit. I wanted to win San Diego, and I did in 19 hours too, and it was very hard. It was a very fast runner, very young, very fast, very, very strong, chasing me the whole way from mile 35 to 100 to the finish line, chasing me, asking people, how far, Ruperto? What he's been eating, what he's been drinking. Oh, he's been drinking beer. He's been eating. He's only 10 minutes in front of you. Push, push, push. He couldn't catch up to me.
Oh my goodness. 1919. That is fast. Is San Diego, how much elevation is there? I don't remember how.
Less than AC 100.
Okay.
The normal. Coming from Roywood to Pasadena, less. Not sure. but it's hard. It's very
Yeah.
hard. It's very rocky, hot, windy. It was very windy in the night and the evening, uh, but it was very good. It was very good.
Did
Thank you to my pacers in San Diego, Dimitri and Angel. Those two pacers and my crew.
did
Had
they
to thank
know?
them.
Did the young guy who was chasing you? Did you know during the race that that was happening? Like, were you getting reports that said this guy is
Yes,
right behind me?
yes, I knew. Dimitri, he was communicating and he was checking in his phone, my pacer. He's very smart. Hopefully, I can get into Sean O'Brien 100K. He's coming to race, so I can race him. And next month, yeah, Dimitri, he is very smart. He was checking. I said, "Oh my God, Ruperto, 12 minutes. You had to push." I was redlining, but we got the win. Yeah, we knew that he was getting closer and closer, but then he was not getting closer. From mile 90 to the finish or 85, he was just staying. But he tried very hard. He's my friend. I mean, I know him. He's very good guy. Very young. He's like 38, I think, compared with me.
So you've only done that one, the San Diego once. But
Once.
after that though, and we'll get around to Sean O'Brien and Leona Divide, but first let's talk about the Machete Muertos,
Dia
because
de los
talk to me about,
Muertos.
yeah, you told me a little bit about that while we're doing the parking duties, but um, talk to me about what that race is about and how you decided to go and do it.
So the race director, his name is Victor Carrillo. He's from Zacatecas, like same state. I am from Zacatecas too, and he told me a story that he knew me. I didn't know him, but he knew me, and he always looked at me in Avalon. He always done Avalon, but Avalon is like you go 25 miles and you come back 25 miles. He said, "I always see you. I'm going in mile 20 and you're in mile 30, but I just admire you so much. Why you don't do my 100 miles? I'm gonna do 100 miles." That's like 3 years ago. I said, "Victor, okay." So I said yes 3 years ago, and here it comes, Dia de los Muertos, Machete Madness, 100 miles. So it was the starting, it was the 50 miler people and the 100 miles. And there was the guys doing the 50 miles, they started super fast. There's back then it was loops of 10 miles. So I said, "I don't care if you guys are doing the 50 milers. I'm gonna go with you." And there it goes. Everybody running so fast. The first loop, wow, like very fast. So I keep going, and then by the third loop, I say, "Where are all these people?" Uh, Nobody is around me. So I keep going and going and going. And in the morning, that started Friday evening. In the morning, Saturday morning, I I asked, I think my pacer, or I didn't have crew, I think, the first year, but my pacer knew that I was like way ahead. And then by the evening, I lapped the runners. I was ahead 10 miles. So I won the Machete Madness 3 years ago. So I won the 100 miles so hard because there is no trees, no coverage. It's around the Lake Paris. It's just rocks and dirt and little bushes, all dry in November. It was
Sounds
nice
fast.
to win that race too, but I said, it's no competition. I want to feel more. I mean, if it's good to have competition because you push harder.
Yeah.
And then I won, so I was happy. And then next year comes, and then he said, "Are you coming to defend your title?" So I said, "Yes, I'm going." So I went again, but this time he added another mountain, more difficult terrain, more elevation, very difficult, and then I won again 2 years ago.
26 hours compared to 20 hours.
Yes,
So 26
yes,
hours, and you're 60. Also, the first time you won, you were
yeah,
59.
yeah. But that's a good win because I was 60 already. That was a good win because I was 60 there.
Yeah, that was your first. You did looks like you did the Leona Divide 100K at 60 in April of 2024. You fourth place, and then you did Machete Muertos again, first place again. Okay, so now it's a hard 100 miler. That's November of 2024. You already won twice. Um, that's it. You don't have to do that one again.
Uh, well, he texted me or he called me. Well, we talked, and then I said, no, I don't think I can go again. I was undecided, but then my friend Veronica decided to do it, and said, if I'm gonna go help her, I should do that race again. But I got sick, had the flu like 2 weeks before the race, and this year I prepared better. Like I took a day off, Friday off completely, so I can rest. Supposedly I was gonna sleep during the day because it starts at 6:30 p.m. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't rest. And then I have a bunch of problems, but my biggest problem is my stomach. If food doesn't sit well, when it comes to racing, it's just nothing goes in my stomach. So I try to play smart, try to hydrate, try to eat, nothing went down. And same thing, 3, 4 guys going fast, doing loops of 20 miles. I did the first loop with 2 other guys, and then by mile 19 or 18, I left them. I started going faster. Was a big mistake by me because I look at those guys, very young, very fast, very fit. They done more than just 100 miles. So I said, now I have competition. So now I had to go fast. But now I don't have nobody to tell me where they are. So I keep pushing. Second loop, very fast. Third loop, still fast. And then I started getting tired. I started coughing. I started like throwing up. I started not feeling well. Still mile 60, I'm okay. Then I start hearing, oh, you're in first place with a lot. Again, I said, oh, no. So I don't know what happened. I was not feeling good. My stomach was giving me so much problems. I was coughing. I was throwing up. I was coughing so bad. I was not feeling Ruperto that day after like mile 60, 65. So I said, I know it's gonna hurt a lot. I know it's gonna hurt a lot, and people are gonna criticize me. People are gonna talk about me. But I think today I'm gonna make a very big decision. I was climbing very slow. The heat, it was killing me. I couldn't drink, I couldn't eat. So by mile 73, I decided to stop racing. And they told me, even if you keep walking, you can still win. Even if you go slow and you rest and you eat, you're still gonna win. But the decision was made in the mountain behind. I talked to myself and said, Ruperto, It will be another day that you will feel better. And then you get another one. Not today. Today you save your body for another event. Not today. So I decided to stop at mile 73. And that's what I did. And it hurts a lot, but that day, that moment was the right decision. And I did it.
Mm-hmm. In 69 races on Ultra Sign Up, there's only 4 times that you, for whatever reason, weren't able to finish the race, right? So I can tell that you are a fierce competitor, more fierce for yourself than anyone else, I suppose. But, and you are a very experienced runner now, not before, but now you really are. So when you make that decision to protect, to not get any injuries, to call it off today, knowing that you have something to do in the future, that's a very wise move, not a move that we make when we're younger men, I think. So talk to me about the idea of a DNF and the idea of knowing the difference between being injured or just being in pain or being irritated. Talk about those things.
Well, I think I'm going to talk about myself. I only can talk about myself. I think I still have, I said 4 years left in my legs and my body and my brain, because we need the brain, the heart, the lungs, the legs, the hand. We need our body to perform perfect, synchronize the brain with the body to win again. I think I can still win another race. I don't know which one, but that's why I made that decision, because I'm wiser and because it makes no sense to keep just damaging our body with no food, with no electrolytes, with no, and it's just like a guy in drugs, putting more drugs in their brains, trying to feel better, but in a way destroying whatever is left of their bodies. That's why I made that decision. And for some people it was bad decision, but for me it was the right decision. It hurts, but I don't regret, because I can still do good somewhere else. I mean, I don't know where, but I really want to do Western States. I was in the lottery. I was not lucky enough, but I still think that one day before I'm 65, I'll do Western States. And I want to win my age group, because they recognize age group there. So I want to win 60 and over in Western States. That's my dream.
Well,
And
you should dream bigger too, because you know what happens when you turn 70, man. Boom, you'll be in another age group, be able to crush it. 80, boom, another one. You got plenty of time.
I have a lot of dreams. I saw that I'm so close to 4 minutes, 49 seconds and 1 mile on the track. And that's another possibility, and that's world record. I'm an ultra runner, but I'm also a fast track runner, short distance.
Part of why I thought it was amazing to meet you as we're volunteering for a race, number one, and I saw your suntan face. I'm like, oh no, I know this guy from the trails. So that was kind of exciting. It was very cool to be put together with you. But I do look at a lot of statistics, Ruperto, with a lot of different runners who are older runners. And I just want to point this out to you. Let me share the screen. um, because I think it's pretty unique. So I'm going to show you this. Again, I've looked at a lot of ultra signups, not just Marathon Madness and track and this, but just trail races, ultra signup. Look at this. You have only participated on ultra signup. You've only participated in 69 races, okay? And I say it that way specifically. You've only done 69 races, which is a lot of races. But look at this other statistic right here. The reason I showed all the green ones so you can see all these green things. You have 59 trophies. That means a podium or related finish, Ruperto. 59 trophies in 69 races. Out of the 69 races, 4 of them are DNF. So what that means is out of 65 times you towed the line and finished, 65 times, 59 of those times were podiums, were an opportunity for you to shine. I just want to show you that, brother, because I don't know if you've looked at that before. That is rare. I look at everybody's statistics. The idea that you've had that many races and just about that many trophies, you need to be, congratulations. But I hope you might, that's why you're such a grateful guy, I think, because you've really made an impression on the sport.
Well, when I started running, I never knew that I had this gift. And now that I know that I have, I want to share the gift with other runners. If I motivate one person with this story, that's a win for me, like a podium or better. So that's why I'm here. And thank you for inviting me. And when I turn 70, we'll do it again with more stories.
Outstanding. This has been absolutely a pleasure, Ruperto. I really wanted to flash up those 59 trophies because that's really
they look
amazing.
good. They look good.
It's really amazing. Okay, how about this? I do like to ask people about, why we run. Why do you run? What makes people run for all different reasons? And I know you've been running now since for a number of years. We know that. How has your why, like why do you run? How has your why, how has that changed as you've gotten older?
Whew. It changed a little bit because when I started, I didn't know what I was into. But now that I know, and it is so much to explore, so why not keep doing it? And I still do it okay. So I'm not gonna retire until my body tells me it's time. Hopefully not soon, but I still feel nervous when I start a race, even if it's a 5K. This Saturday I have a 10K trail race, and guess what I'm gonna do? Win. And I've been nervous. So I still have the fire in me. I still want to do more because this is all I can do for other generations. They call me legend. They call me el jefe de jefes, because people are smart. They know. They look into our ultra sign up and I'm willing to share my story and to talk to people. Hopefully I can get more time. But that's why I'm still doing it. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. I'm so glad we got to talk tonight. you do a lot of Leona Divides and a lot of Sean O'Brien's. Those are Kira Henninger races. And I guess for the first time, I'm going to do Sean O'Brien 100K end of January. You're going to do that. You're going to do Sean O'Brien. So I can guarantee I'm going to see you on the race course at least one time at the start line. At the start line. Oh, twice. You're going to wait for me at the end? Okay, great. You wait for me at the end.
Yeah.
I'll be running, coming in hot. I'm very excited about that. I love the course. I ran it last year, 50K, and doing the 100K this time, and it should be beautiful. Okay, this was fantastic, Ruperto. I look forward to seeing you on the trails, and we'll have to do this again. You know, you're going to keep winning more races, so I think we'll have you come back when you win some more. How about that?
Thank you so much, Mark. And I hope I can get better with this. I'm not good in talking to people on cameras, but I did my best. Thank you so much, Mark.
You're fantastic. Forget about it. Come on. Sometimes when the races speak for themselves, it's pretty good, but you tell good stories. You're very soft-spoken, gentle, spot on, smart. Come on. And humble. That's what it is. All right. Ruperto, have a good night, man. I will see you out on the trail.
Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.